Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Christnugroho S.E, and today I'm gonna be presenting narrative and recount tags. Okay, start with A. Definition. B. Contract structure. C. Language features. D. Example. E. Difference. And F. Similarities. My name is Christnugroho S.E. I'm from 12th Social 1 and my number is 7. Okay. Definition of narrative and recount text. Description. Narrative text is a text telling a story focusing specific participants. Its social function is to tell story or past event and entertain the readers. B. Recount text is a text which retells event or experience in the past. Its purpose is either to inform or to entertain the audience. Generic structure, narrative, and recount text. Generic structure of narrative text. Start with 1. Orientation. It is about the opening paragraph where the characters of the story are introduced. Second, complication, where the problem in the story develops. 3. The third, resolution, where the problem in the story is solved. 4. I think number 4 is optional. You can use it or not, but a lot of authors maybe use it because it will make the story better. And that is reorientation. Once again, it is optional. It's a lesson from the story. Okay. Study objective. Orientation. The main idea of the story being discussed in the text. Event. The story starts from the very early stage. Reorientation, which is optional, summarizes the story and tells his or her impression of the experience that what has been elaborated. Language features of narrative text and recount text. Language features of narrative text. Past tense. Example. Killed, drunk, and more. Adverb of time. Example. Once upon a time, one day, and more. Time conjunction. Conjunction. Example. When, then, suddenly, and more. Specific character. Example. Eren Yeager, Historia Race, Mai Sakurajima, and more. Action verbs. Example. Kill, duck, walk, and more. Direct speech. Direct speech is to make the story lively. Language features of recount text. Past tense. Kill. Example. Kill, drunk, and many more. Adverb of time. Once upon a time, one day, and more. Once again, is the example. I forgot to say it. Time conjunction. Example. When, then, suddenly, and many more. Specific character. Example. Eren Yeager, Historia Race, Mai Sakurajima, and more. Action verbs. Example. Kill, duck, walk, and many more. Direct speech. Direct speech. It is to make the story lively. I think between the recount text and narrative have had a similar language features. The example of narrative text and recount text. Narrative text example: the ant and the dove. One hot day, an ant was seeking for some water. After walking around for a moment, she came to a spring. To reach the spring, she had to climb up a blade of grass. While making her way up, she slipped and fell unintentionally into the water. She could have sunk if a dove up a nearby tree had not seen her. Seeing that the ant was in trouble, the dove quickly put off a leaf from a tree and dropped it immediately into the water near the struggling ant. Then the ant moved toward the leaf and climbed up there. Soon it carried her safely to dry ground. Not long after that, there was a hunter nearby who was throwing out his net toward the dove, hoping to trap it his way. Guessing what he should do, the ant quickly beat him off on the heel. Feeling the pain, the hunter dropped his net, and the dove flew away quickly from this net. The morality: one good turn deserves another. Recount text example: vacation to Mutton Beach. One day, my sister named Putri said to me that she really want to go to the beach. So I promised her that the next week we would go to Mutton Beach in Lampung. Next week, we prepare everything needed in the morning. We brought some food and beverage, such as chocolate, wafers, potato chips, water, and orange juice. Before going to the beach, I asked our brother Bayu to join us. He agreed to join, and we went there together with our parents. We went there by car. It took 3 hours to arrive there. Then we bought tickets in the entrance gate Before swimming, we changed our clothes first. We swam there for more than 1 hour. We felt so tired that we decided to eat the food that we had brought. Next, three of us created a very big sandcastle while my parents were enjoying the beautiful scenery there. After that, we decided to go home because it was getting dark. On the way home, we still felt hungry, so we stopped at a restaurant to have dinner. I ordered a fruit that is Lampungese traditional food, while my brother, my sister, and my parents ordered fried rice. After finished eating, we paid our bills. Then we went home. We arrived at home at 9 o'clock. We were tired, but we were absolutely happy. Similarities of narrative text and recount text. Similarities of narrative text and recount text. Included in the narrative text group, narration is a class of English text that tells the event in the past, using past tense, because two texts belong to the narration class which tells the event in the past. The use of tenses is also influenced, namely the use of past tense. The cumulative objective of narrative text and recount text are the same, namely to retell past experience or events with the aim of providing information or entertaining. The linguistic structure of narrative text and recount text is always preceded by an orientation or introduction to the character, place, and time of the incident. Finally, narrative text and recount text have similarities in linguistic characteristics such as using action verbs. For example, when, sleep, run, and many more. Uses time connectives and conjunction to sequence the event to be told. For example, then, before, after, soon, and many more. Using adverbs or adverbial phrase to show the location of events or events. For example, here. For example, here, the mountain, and many more. The difference of narrative text and recount text. 1. Has three linguistic structures consisting of orientation, completion, and resolution. 2. Narrative text is present the conflict experienced by the perpetrator. Narrative tells about the conflict and then tells how to solve it. Recount text doesn't present the conflict in narrative text. Recount text only present a series of activities carried out by the character in sequential time. The description of time in narrative text is less detailed. In narrative text, it does not include when the event recounted occurred. Narrative text only write once upon time and one day to describe the time. The time description in recount text is clearer than in the narrative text. If the narrative text only uses once upon time, the recount text usually mentions days as on Monday, in the next day, then anymore. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching this video until the end. I hope this will make your impression clear and thank you.